Welcome again to Talk to Me Tuesday, the weekly broadcast that I'm forcing on you, whether you like it or not. Every Tuesday, I will come on to my page here and I will talk to you about the upcoming projects that I have going on right now. It is talking to you about, obviously, the second book, the second 100 Kisses, which is the sequel to the first 100 Kisses. It is a steamy contemporary romance, so it is not something suitable to have a younger person read. This is somebody who needs to read this book that is okay with sort of leaving the lights on, so to speak, as it were. So that's sort of the situation with that book. Each Tuesday, I wanted to come to you and give you a little bit of the behind the scenes on what went into making this series. And one of the questions that I get a lot, especially with a book such as this, is this a book about you? And no, this is not a book about me. This is not a book about a past relationship or a glorification of a relationship. This is fiction. This is what we do. This is how we write. That said, the characters in this particular book are based on real people. Completely, totally based on a person? Absolutely not. Certain elements stolen? Yes, absolutely. So for instance, Chloe, she is definitely not me as a person, but there are sort of similarities in our behavior. We share some traits. She is adverse to nature, which it's no secret that I am as well. I am a firm believer that nature is trying to kill me. So I do not enjoy nature. And so I thought that would be a fun thing to also give to Chloe, this sort of real part of myself to put in on her. There's a section in the second 100 Kisses where her aversion to nature really sort of comes out a little bit more. So it'll be fun for readers to pick up on that, I think, I hope. There's something that she says in the second book that I say when I say something pretty in nature. I will say pretty, pretty, pretty. Especially at fall time, I will point out of the car and I will just say pretty, 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 especially if there's like the red colors of the leaves. I love that. But I like looking at it from the car window from afar. So I gave those sort of things to Chloe. I also gave her an obsession with Outlander because I love Outlander and I thought she should love Outlander. So I thought that was a fun little parallel to draw. So if you like Outlander, you'll notice that there's a few references to Outlander in both books, because I thought that was just a fun, fitting thing to sort of draw a parallel between me and Chloe. Like Chloe, I used to live in Portland, and so the sort of fictionalized Portland, Maine that I've generated. I used to live there, so I'm very familiar with the city and the metro system and just sort of the how that works. I'm familiar with sort of the financial duress that she lives in. I mean, I've struggled financially before in the past, and so I can relate to her struggles in that way. And we sort of have a similar layer of snark. But that's sort of where our parallels end. That's pretty much it. Her other past is all sort of fictionalized. This is all stuff that I'm pulling from other sources. In fact, the main sort of inspiration that I got for Chloe is the actress Anna Kendrick. That's who I sort of see in my head as Chloe. So it's bizarre where we get the inspiration from. I pull sort of the sort of joy and the joyfulness, and her willingness to sort of want to help people comes from another friend of mine. Her crushing insecurity comes from another few friends of mine who struggle with that. So the characters are very much pulled from people that I know, and then I weave them into this new character. So the characters are not solely based on one person, they're based on many different people. And I think that trying to tie in as many universal truths as humanly possible is what I strive for. So that's sort of where Chloe comes from. For Liam, I definitely stole some speech patterns from some friends of mine. I stole some sort of social behaviors from other friends of mine, because Liam is definitely a character that I have put on the autism spectrum. Even though he's undiagnosed, that in my mind is how I see Liam, that he is somebody who is on the autism spectrum. He's high functioning, but you're definitely seeing signs of autism. And so I've pulled sort of those behaviors from other friends that I know that are autistic, and so can pull from that. The look for Liam in my brain is an actor from I Am Number 4. I don't know if anybody has seen that movie. But there is this blonde dude in there, and usually I do not like blonde dudes. You could go through, and usually the blonde guys are the bad guys in my stories. I don't know why, but apparently I prefer a brunette. So I really had to sort of think about who are some blondes that don't annoy me. And so I sort of went through, did a literal Google search on blonde actors to try to find someone who might fit the look for Liam, because I knew that he had to be blonde. I don't know why, but I just knew he had to be blonde. It was just a bizarre thing for me. And so I stumbled upon that actor. His name is Alex Pettyfer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But if you haven't watched I Am 4, it's a cheesy movie, but I liked it. And I went, oh yeah, he's pretty, he'll work. So that's who I sort of envision for Liam. Stacy, who is briefly mentioned in the first 100 Kisses, makes a little bit more of an appearance in the second 100 Kisses. She, to me, is 100% look-wise Lopez from Lucifer. If you've ever watched Lucifer, I totally see Stacy as Lopez in her look-wise, in her speech patterns and the way she talks. It's a different friend of mine that I knew from college. So that's how it works. You steal one piece from there, and you steal one piece from there, and you create these fictionalized characters. So there is a little bit of me, I suppose, in every character that I write, because there's some layer of truth in each book that you write, but it's definitely not nonfiction. It's definitely fictionalization in the characters, because that's what writers do. We borrow, we bend, we twist. That's how the writing comes together. So that's sort of the inspiration behind the characters of this world. The second 100 Kisses, if you've read the first one, the first 100 Kisses, the second 100 Kisses basically picks up right after this. So it's a continuation of a story. So if you haven't read the first one, you probably will be confused in the second 100 Kisses. I do try to give a little bit of a recap in the second 100 Kisses just to refresh your memory, but I don't like to be obnoxious about it. I don't want to be one of those who's like has to regurgitate the whole thing. It's just, I try to give you enough of a hint so you understand, oh yeah, I remember now. This is going to be a fan driven series. So if you end up reading the first 100 Kisses and you like it, let me know, because I will write the third 100 Kisses, but I need to know that there's enough interest in doing that, because writing time is precious time. And if If people feel that the story has sort of finished up and it is at a perfectly acceptable stopping point, then I'll stop there and I'll start working on other material. No qualms about that at all. But if people want to continue with Liam and Chloe's story, I do have more ideas spinning around in my head and can continue the journey. But if you want more, you got to ask for more, because otherwise I'm going to assume you don't want it. So just let me know, either message me or put it in your review that you want more, or post on Facebook, just read this book, I really want more, that sort of thing. And if I start seeing that, I'll go, okay, the readers have spoken, there will be more. So there is that. In April, there's going to be a giveaway. So April's what, in a couple of days? There's going to be a giveaway on my newsletter for those who subscribe to my newsletter. I'm going to be giving away paperback copies of both books signed, and I'm going to be throwing in the banana earrings that I made, because you remember from my last video how important bananas are for this story. So I've got a couple of banana pairs of earrings that I'm going to be giving away, and I have some more fun things that are coming to me in the mail soon. So those will be included in the giveaway. So if you want to be in to win, if you want to be in to win on that, you have to be a subscriber to my newsletter. So I will put the information on how to subscribe to the newsletter up above. If you're already subscribed to the newsletter, no worries. Just wait for that information to come out to you in the April newsletter. And when I put the newsletter out, I'll give you a picture of all the things that you could be in to win. So you'll get to see it firsthand. But if you're not, best way to get in to win this giveaway and some others that I have planned. I have some really fun ones planned, and to be the first to know when releases come out, when cover reveals happen, when sales happen. I put that all in my newsletter. I do not like to spam, so you only get an email if there is something that you need to know about. And so maybe once, maybe twice a month is what we're looking at for that. If you ever have any questions about what's going on with the book or other books, let me know in the comments here. I read them and I will address them in the next video, but I'll keep giving you a little bit more behind the scenes of the book as this ramps up, and we'll go from there. I hope you are all well, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.